The thing about balloons is with every increasing level, the balloons get faster and stronger, meaning you'll need more power to pop even the smallest balloon. This is round 40 against a Moab class balloon. This is the first and easiest of the Moab class balloons. From here, you have the BFB, the ZOMG, the DDT, and finally, the holy mother of all balloons, the BAD. Now, again, this is round 40, and this is what round 999 looks with the same Moab balloon. Okay, I think you got the point. So let's get started. I decided to start with a full power approach and pop everything as quickly as possible. My first choice was what hero. I ended up choosing Churchill since I think he's the strongest late game hero. Next, we needed a map. I decided to go with Log since it's by far the longest map in the game, taking a red balloon 54 seconds to go from start to finish. Starting off, I placed down my main source of damage, the Sun God Temple. To get the most powerful Sun God Temple, you need $50,000 of each category of monkey: primary, military, magic, and support. And then I did it again to get the true Sun God. Next, I needed to place 2 support Sun God Temples, which will greatly increase range and popping power of all towers in the radius, followed up with 2 villages, which serves the same purpose. Now, with our support towers in place, it's time to throw in the firepower. I started with the Bloon Master Alchemist because of his amazing popping potential, followed up with the Spirit of the Forest to lay vines along the whole track, the Anti-Balloon for popping power, and Legend of the Night for the same reason, an Apache and Comanche defense for some eyes in the sky. Next, I employed a small army of sniper monkeys. I knew they wouldn't be doing lots of damage, but their innate ability to slow down Moabs and allow towers to do extra damage would be crucial to my strategy. After emptying my pockets to my militia of snipers, I threw down some bomb towers for more Moab popping power, a pirate for its ability, and more planes to fly overhead. After that, I put down some glue gunners and, well, you get the point. After about 10 minutes of placing towers, I moved on to the most tedious and miserable experience yet: Ultra Boosting. Ultra Boosting is an ability from the middle path of the Engineer Monkey. It allows you to place a permanent buff on a tower that increases attack speed by around 10%. And while that might not seem like a lot, every single thing helps when you're trying to achieve the impossible. However, this took a long time. Alright, round 999, test 1. We're gonna start, and immediately I need to use this. We need to always be using all of our abilities as often as possible, just to see what's gonna happen. It is a mess right now. I see a lot of the bad balloons are on fire, but we're not really doing well. We haven't lost any lives yet, but again, this is just kind of a test run. So it looks like all of these balloons up here are just like destroyed right now, which is good, but I'm not quite sure what that means for us. I see a lot of the bad balloons are taking actually a very large portion of damage. Like, they're all taking a lot of damage, but looks like we've already lost a lot of lives. So we've technically already lost. The bad balloons are getting through. So we're gonna end the round. With my first test run done, it was time to go and see how each tower performed. My 3 strongest towers, to my surprise, was the True Sun God Temple with 21 million pops. In second place was the Ninja Saboteur with 27 million. And number 1 by a long shot was our Bloon Master Alchemist with 58 million pops. Unfortunately, not all towers performed this well. I was shocked to see that some towers really underperformed. The Apache Prime only had 800,000, the Flying Fortress had 200,000, and the Moab Eliminator, a tower made for pure destruction of Moabs, had a saddening 61,000 pops. So why did these other, much cheaper towers have such a higher pop count? Let's take a look. The middle upgrade path for the Ninja, Grand Saboteur, slows all balloons and Moab class balloons spawn in a partially damaged state, meaning no matter how powerful a balloon or Moab is, he does a fixed percentage of damage. This is what we call scaling. In video games, scaling is a term used to talk about the late game. In most video games, the longer the game progresses, the harder it gets, much like in balloons. Therefore, towers that can instantly pop Moab balloons with either an ability or passive, like the Bloon Master Alchemist, it scales very well into the late game, whereas towers that have a fixed rate of damage like the bomb shooter will become weaker and weaker as the game becomes harder and harder. With this in mind, I made several changes to my roster of towers, moved some around, added some more super monkeys, and I was ready to try again. Alright, it's time for round 2 as the test. I still have a little bit of space, but we've added some more towers. I kind of wanted to see what happens. Let's go! Round 2, I'm ready! Alright, we're starting it, and here we go. So first thing, boost, we need to slow. We need to use everything. We need to make sure these abilities are constantly going. Alright, we need to use all of these. Slow, get another boost, slow everything. We can use those. Okay. Slow them down. I see a lot of damage right now, which is looking really nice. I don't know how much damage, but I see a lot of the bad balloons are taking a whole lot more damage now, which is really nice. Okay, we need to go ahead, and we are lagging up a storm right now. I can't even see the screen. It's gone crazy. That's okay. We need... Oh, I just gotta stay calm. I gotta use my abilities as they come off cooldown for the most part, and kind of just hope that we don't lose. I don't know what's happening right now, but it looks like the bad balloons are starting to take a considerable more amount of damage. As you can see, there is a lot going on over there. The fortified bad balloons are what's kind of scaring me, though. That's what's not great right now. That's what's more spooky, is more the fortified side. That's what I'm not looking forward to. We haven't lost any lives yet so far, but okay. We can go ahead and use all of our abilities. Okay, we actually have more abilities coming back off cooldown now, which is really nice. Okay. Nope, we're losing lives now. Okay. So we're going to stop the lose. Okay. So we started losing lives again around the same time. At this point, I realized that in fact it was impossible to beat round 999 by conventional means. If I wanted to do this, I'd have to get creative. So I took to the internet and Ninja Kiwi Discord to ask around to see what people knew. And what I found was pretty upsetting. I know that I've never been a great Bloons player. That's not what I focus my content on. I play Bloons and record it my way because it's the way I enjoy playing the game. But looking through the Discord and Reddit of Bloons, I found that a lot of people legitimately despise me, saying my content's disgusting, or that I make people lose brain cells. Even official moderators of the server were joining in to say things. I was hurt. And at this point, honestly, I was just ready to give up. Maybe they were right. Maybe I'd never be able to do something awesome in Bloons. And I knew I wasn't going to get any help. And how could I do something that nobody has ever done before? It was time to prove everyone wrong. Fortunately for me, I still had one trick up my sleeve. The bottom tier 5 for the Super Monkey, the Legend of the Night. While this tower is immensely powerful, its true power comes from its passive ability, the Black Hole. If you have the Legend of the Night placed on the map, and a balloon reaches the end of the map, regardless of its size, instead of losing lives, the Legend of the Night will summon the Black Hole for 7.5 seconds and absorbing all balloons. However, it'll then go on cooldown for 2 minutes. You can bypass this though, by selling and then placing down another Legend of the Night to refresh the ability. With this in mind, I got to work. With my new strategy, it was pretty simple. I had no hope of popping the bad balloons, mainly because they're not affected by most abilities like slows and stuns. My goal was simple. I was to create a barrier that would let all bad balloons through, so I could use the Black Hole to absorb them, while destroying the smaller and weaker balloons. I'd also like to point out that I put on small balloons and small towers, allowing me to see what was going on a little bit easier. My setup was pretty much the same as before. The only thing different was I changed the map to the second longest map cubism, and I placed everything at the front of the map. I needed to see the end of the map and the balloons for my strategy to work. My idea was pretty simple. When a bad balloon would go past and activate the ability, I would then sell the tower and upgrade the one next to it, refreshing the ability. The problem was, if I sold the tower too early, the ability would then end and any balloons going through at that time, I would lose lives. With that being said, I was ready to try again. We have all of our abilities. We're ready to give this a try. The only thing I need to do is slow balloons enough for me to be able to react. I don't know if I can be able to do that, but we're going to try. So let's do this. So we're going to start it and slow balloons down. Oh my gosh, I can't see anything still. This is a problem. Oh no, we're lagging. That's okay. All right, slow everything down. Let's boost, slow. All right, glue storm. There is so much going on that I still really can't see what's going on, unfortunately. And it's starting to lag my computer too. It's just too much. And I was right. It was just too much to handle. And all the other towers and abilities were lagging the game. And because of that, I couldn't see. And if I couldn't see, well, I wouldn't know when to swap the Legend of the Night out for the next one. But I had an idea. If I could time the balloons to see when I lost each time, I wouldn't need to see. I could just know the time and swap each tower out. So I timed each loss. However, due to the lag and the different timings of abilities, there was always a few seconds difference between each and every loss. After a few hours of trial and error, I realized my best bet would be to use only the Legend of the Night and try to absorb all balloons and leave as little lag as possible. This would be my strategy for the next several hours. For the first time, I was making progress. Real progress. In fact, I was excited. But I knew it wasn't going to be easy. The balloons come at an incredibly fast speed, and the different variations of speed and size also needed to be accounted for. A single mistake, hesitation, or even blinking at the wrong time means it was game over. On top of that, in order for this strategy to work, there would have to be a gap in the balloons at least every 7.4 seconds for me to swap out the towers. So, I started learning exactly when to swap out the towers to maximize efficiency. That's when I received the greatest and yet worst news possible. Every round past round 100 in Bloons TD 6 is randomized, meaning that theoretically, it is possible to receive a round 999 that fits the needed criteria. But it also meant that all my hard work of learning the balloons patterns for 999 was in vain. Regardless, it was back to work. I decided to change my hotkey for ability 1 to my mouse button, since the way my hand was on the keyboard, I couldn't press it from there. I placed 30 tier 4 ice monkeys. Their ability, Snowstorm, briefly froze everything except a bad for about half a second. I would use this ability in conjunction with selling and upgrading the Legend of the Night. With my left hand, I would press the back key to sell the Legend of the Night with my mouse hovered over the next tower. With my mouse in my right hand, I'd click on the next tower and immediately hit the question mark key with my left hand again. When needed, I could press my mouse 3 button to activate the slow ability. From there, I started practicing. My fingers grew achy and tired. My hands started to cramp from the awkward placement. But I had come too far to quit. I was determined. if I had any hope of beating this, I was gonna need a miracle. Lucky enough for me, a miracle is exactly what I got. Oh my god, I did it! Woo! Yes! Yes! Let's go! Round 999 has been beaten legitimately without using hacks. Oh my god. I need to go see a doctor about my heart rate. Oh my god. Oh my god. I spent so long working on this. I spent literally like months and months trying to figure this out, trying to do this. I can't believe I actually did it, guys. I can't believe it. I can't believe I beat round 999. I honestly don't know what to say. Thank you. Oh.